Happy Monday, happy new week, and welcome back to Danny's Media. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during this political season in Kenya, it is now officially that goonism have officially taken over Kenyan politics ahead of 2027 general election. But before I dive deeper with the analysis of goonism in this country of Kenya, please allow me to ask some of the ODM leaders, especially from Nyanza region, that Baba left under the government of William Ruto, these two simple questions. But before I ask those questions, please ensure that you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically shows us your support on what I'm doing on this platform. So please, as you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that support of the like. Let us continue with our sad, shocking update. Did Baba Raila Amolo Odinga left you in the government to make us receive development under the government of William Ruto, or to make us fight among ourselves? Because as we speak right now, Luos are busy fighting themselves, which is true.
Nauliza Wajaluo, saa ile Wakikuyu wamekataa kupika Wakikuyu wenzao, sasa anapatia Wajaluo pesa waumize Wajaluo, anapatia Otieno pesa aumize Ouma. Sasa wale Wajaluo wanaua Wajaluo wenzao kwa sababu Wakikuyu wameerevuka. Tumeumia mwaka mbili, ametumia Wakikuyu kupiga Wakikuyu, Wakikuyu wamekataa.
Because what happened yesterday to Linda Mwananchi people led by Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo in Homa Bay County was not politics.
Hiyo gari, hiyo polisi aingizwe ndani ya gari, huyo jamaa tanguka. Huyo jamaa tanguka na taumia. We.
Ile haikuwa siasa because number one, goons attacked Linda Mwananchi tour in Homa Bay County.
Vijana wakiimba nyimbo za kusifia serikali huku wakibeba mawe bila uoga. Upande wa Linda Mwananchi pia ulikaa kona tofauti wakisubiri viongozi wao. Mji wa Oyugis pia hali ilikuwa si hali, vijana wakiteketeza magurudumu katikati ya barabara. Mji wa Homa Bay ambako walitarajiwa kufanya mkutano wa mwisho uliwekwa vizuizi kila kona. Kundi la vijana likihakikisha viongozi wa Linda Mwananchi hawafiki kuhutubia wananchi. Wanahabari
Number 2, leaders use back routes as main roads were barricaded. Why? Mbona mlikuwa mnawazuia? Yet up to now, Opondo Kaluma, who sponsored the violence, have not yet been arrested over his reckless statement one day to Linda Mwananchi tour in Homa Bay County. Bado hajashikwa. So did Baba left you in the government to fight for us, or to make us fight ourselves, or to divide us?
From as early as 7 a.m., Homa Bay County was turned to a battleground. Supporters of Linda Mwananchi and those of the broad-based government clashed hours before the Linda Mwananchi rallies. Armed with stones and sticks, the groups traversed Nyandiwa Suba South, where the Linda Mwananchi team were to attend a church service. Roads leading to the church were blocked with stones and logs, forcing the leaders to cancel their plan to worship with residents. Youth supporting the broad-based government patrolled the town armed with stones, chanting pro-government slogans, while those of Linda Mwananchi, who were armed with sticks, also combed the area in reflectors as they waited for leaders to arrive. Oyugis and Homa Bay town remained tense all day. In Oyugis, youths lit bonfires along the main highway, disrupting the smooth flow of traffic. In Homa Bay town, pro-government groups blocked all the roads leading to the town center with stones. Journalists who were out documenting the events faced the wrath of the goons. 2 journalists from Royal Media Services were among 4 journalists who were attacked and injured by goons on a mission to block the Linda Mwananchi team from accessing Homa Bay town. During the attack, the media team lost their valuables, and a car belonging to Royal Media Services was vandalized. One vehicle was torched a few kilometers from Homa Bay town as the Linda Mwananchi leaders made their way to town center. Several other vehicles were vandalized by goons who were repulsed by police and Linda Mwananchi supporters. The acts of violence began way early. On Saturday night, Homa Bay town was turned to a goon's paradise. Homa Bay Tourist Hotel bore the brunt of political intolerance when a group of youth donning ODM attire stormed the hotel riding on motorcycles. They shattered windows, destroyed property and stole valuables. Their mission: to flush out Linda Mwananchi supporters, a case that is currently under active investigations. Former Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati's convoy was also attacked at the Asumbi Junction as he made his way to Nyandiwa. Operation to deal with criminal gangs who are prepared to cause mayhem led to the arrest of 17 people. 2 suspects were arrested along the Ndiwa Road in Yamase, Migori County with 5 pangas. They were moving in 2 vehicles along the route. In a separate operation, 15 suspects were arrested along the Kisumu-Kericho Highway. The operation, involving police and DCI Operations Support Unit, led to the recovery of crude weapons from the suspects, who were aboard a grey Toyota Noah and 2 white vans. They were reportedly on their way to Homa Bay County ahead of Sunday's Linda Mwananchi rallies. The violence meted on journalists and residents has been condemned by Kenya Editors Guild and Amnesty International, who have called on the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja to move with speed and arrest the perpetrators. They have also condemned insightful remarks by local leaders. Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV.
Because right now, Opondo Kaluma, Homa Bay Township MP, alongside Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga, are busy dividing Luos from other tribes.
Today's political happenings in Homa Bay County has put the spotlight on the language being used by politicians as the country inches closer to the 2027 general election. Homa Bay Town Member of Parliament Peter Kaluma is facing criticism over remarks made in his native Dholuo language, with some interpreting it as a call for his supporters to confront those who disagree with his political position. But the bigger question tonight is whether the law is being applied equally when politicians cross the line. Haman Kamariki with the details.
For Peter Kaluma, the focus is no longer just on the message he was delivering about the Linda Mwananchi rally. It is the words he chose to deliver it. In a speech ahead of the rally, the Homa Bay Town Member of Parliament was heard calling on young people to deal with anyone insisting that President William Ruto should serve only 1 term. The remarks have sparked criticism, with questions over whether such statements could fuel confrontation between rival political camps. And those concerns appeared to play out as tensions flared at today's gathering. Beyond the political rhetoric is a more difficult question. Where is the line between political speech and incitement, and is that line being applied equally? Just weeks ago, Mukurweini Member of Parliament John Kagusha was arrested by DCI officers over remarks authorities considered potentially inflammatory. He spent a night in custody before being taken to Kamkunji police station and later arraigned in court. That case now provides the backdrop to a question being asked by some Kenyans. If Kagushia's words triggered an investigation, what about Kaluma's? Has the NCIC reviewed the remarks? Has the DCI opened an inquiry? And if not, then why not? This is not simply about Peter Kaluma or John Kagusha. It is about whether the same standard applies whenever political speech is considered capable of provoking hostility or violence. With the 2027 election approaching, experts warn that political rhetoric can quickly move from podium to the streets. Kenya's history offers a painful reminder of what can happen when political competition is allowed to degenerate into hostility and violence. The question, therefore, is not whether politicians have the right to speak. They do. The question is whether that freedom comes with equal responsibility, regardless of which side of the political divide one belongs to.
Are busy dividing Luos from uniting together. Really? Number 4, vehicles were destroyed after leaders' convoy was attacked. Citizen TV attacked and injured alongside other KTN journalists during the rally of Linda Mwananchi people in Homa Bay County.
We begin tonight's broadcast with an editorial piece from here at Standard Group. What happened in Homa Bay today is not politics, but a brazen assault on democracy and freedoms. Journalists covering the Linda Mwananchi convoy were attacked in the line of duty. Standard Group journalists Sami Omingo, Rogers Otiso, and Bramwell Bwire were caught up in the violence, sustaining injuries during the melee. Also, Mediamax and AFP journalists and other media crews were openly assaulted and robbed of their equipment. This is completely unacceptable for a supposed functioning democracy like ours. And tonight, the question must be asked of Kenya's security leadership. Where were the security agencies when journalists were being attacked in broad daylight? Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen and the National Police Service cannot continue warning against political goonism while Kenyans are left exposed to armed groups, even attacking journalists and destroying property. Indeed, CS Murkomen himself has repeatedly warned against the use of goons in political activities and has called for political actors to embrace peace. These warnings mean little if perpetrators are allowed to operate with impunity. What happened in Homa Bay County should therefore be a red line. Journalism is not a crime, and this should be made clear. This will not cow us. A good place to begin tonight's broadcast. Let's take a look at the latest developments that happened in Homa Bay, where once again violence erupted in Homa Bay County ahead of the much publicized Linda Mwananchi rally in an area regarded as the late Raila Odinga's stronghold, now a hotly contested zone between the broad-based allies and the opposition. Standard Group journalists Sami Omingo and Rogers Otiso were caught up in a confrontation with goons at Kodwogo after stepping out of their vehicle to document the standoff involving the Linda Mwananchi convoy. Otiso sustained injuries while running to a nearby homestead for safety. A Mediamax journalist and an AFP journalist were also roughed up by goons, as Bentura Kwamboka reports in the story. Listen in.
The Linda Mwananchi Brigade made its first entry into Homa Bay County today, the late Raila Odinga's once unshakable yard. But now, a contested broad-based zone. After sweeping the Western Belt, ex-ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna took his campaign to Homa Bay County, determined to cement his grip and expand his base. But the reception here was anything but warm. What began as politics quickly turned into a battle for the streets. Along the route, political tension boiled. At Nyandiwa Shopping Center, armed goons wielding machetes and batons stormed in, sending everyone scampering to safety. On the Homa Bay Rongo Road, the convoy's path was blocked, burning tires, and stones formed a wall, forcing the Linda Mwananchi to detour using the Gwasi route to reach Sindo Market. At Asumbe in Dhiwa, former Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati's convoy came under attack. Police forced to fire tear gas to disperse goons who were trying to block the motorcade that was under heavy police escort.
Hii ni panga dirisha imekatwa. Hii ni panga dirisha imekatwa. Unaona? Na hii ni dirisha yangu.
Caught in the fracas were AFP journalist Fred Oko and his colleague Brian Ongoro, who were attacked and assaulted by goons who were armed with crude weapons. The goons also stole their camera and driving license. Following the ugly incidents, leaders called on security agencies to exercise their mandate professionally.
Mimi nikiwa hapa nasema iko serikali, Kenya is not a failed state. Ina watu wa serikali watulinde sisi.
The Amnesty International has condemned the attacks meted on journalists and called for the prosecution of political leaders who may have incited violence. Former Attorney General Justin Muturi also condemned the violence, faulting the government for failing to protect its citizens.
Ikuwa naona barabara asubuhi saa moja zote ikuwa imewekwa mawe kubwa boulders. Ile inafanyika pale lazima tuikemee. And we must condemn it in the strongest terms possible.
Hotels were vandalized by goons on Saturday at night. 17 suspects armed with crude weapons were arrested. And these are laws. Really? I'm just asking that question. Were you people left in the government to fight for us so that we can get development under the government of Vi0lence Ruto, or to make us fight ourselves? That is a question that we want you to answer. Because for the last 9 months, since Raila Amolo Odinga was laid to rest in peace at Kango Kajaramogi Oginga Odinga in Siaya County, you people have been making noise to us in burials, in weddings, in different political events in Kenya on how Baba told you things secretly. Ati tukae tu kwa serikali, tupigie Ruto kura, mara 2 term. You people have been making noise about Vi0lence Ruto's re-election. Mara amtoki kwa serikali, mara tunapata development. Zile njia ambayo waliona Homa Bay ni njia aina gani? Zenye zilikuwa na vumbi. Wanga was seriously embarrassed with such kind of roads. Barabara ni vumbi tupu. Tuku tuko kwa serikali. Ruto anafanya kazi. While other tribes that are in the government of Vi0lence Ruto are receiving goodies, are receiving development, are receiving great things, sisi kama Wajaluo tunapigana. While other tribes are being given jobs, wanapewa makazi kwa serikali ya Vi0lence Ruto, wengine ni mapolisi, wengine ni manini. Sisi kama Wajaluo tunazidi kupigana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Yet it is being said that Luos are learned people. So right now learned people are acting like goons, like Duanzi. Really? Where are we heading as a country? So I just wanted to ask those leaders from Nyanza region these 2 questions. That were you led from the government of Vi0lence Ruto to fight for us as Luos so that we can also get development, or were you left there to make us fight among ourselves? Or were you left there to divide us as Luos from other community? Because of the CS of Treasury John Badi have been making Luos to hate other tribes, especially from the Mount Kenya region. Because Gachagua alikuwa anaweka mtego kwa State House ili Raila asingi. Wajaluo, there is something that you don't understand. You need to understand that when this Kenya Kwanza government was being formed, there was an agreement between Ruto and Gachagua, between Ruto and other leaders under Kenya Kwanza government, that tukikusaidia kupata hii serikali utatupatia hii na hii, which is true. Kwani saizi sinyi pia mnaenda mazungumzo na Vi0lence Ruto ili ikifika wakati wa kutengeneza coalition mtademand viti zingine, si mtapewa hizo viti? So mbona mkianza, si nyinyi pia mtaanza kupigania hizo viti, kupigania maendeleo kwa nini yetu, kwa nini yenyu huko Nyanza region? Mbona Gachagua akipigania watu wao wa Mount Kenya region mnamtusi ati yeye ni mkabila? Yeye ni mkabila wapi? Akipigania watu wao Mount Kenya region, yeye ni mkabila. Yet right now you are also busy fighting for Kindiki seat, for other slots for you to be given ahead of your negotiation with UDA party. Si nyenye pia mtakuwa mnapigania hizo viti? Tunawaongoja. We are waiting to see how you people will behave. Because when Gachagua was defending his people from the mountain, mlikuwa mnamuita mkabila, yet there was an agreement that they made with Ruto. These people signed an agreement. So whenever you see Gachagua speaking on behalf of the people in the Mount Kenya region, just know that there was an agreement that they made with Vi0lence Ruto. So this stupidity of calling Gachagua tribal should stop, because mnatudanganya. Mnatufanya tuchukie Wakikuyu, yet Wakuyu walipigia Baba kura. Almost 1.2 million of votes that Baba received zilitoka Mount Kenya region. 1.2. Luos never vote even for Baba. Na maana nikiona watu Waluo Wajaluo wakipiga Wakikuyu, I'm just wondering. Yet walitupigia kura in 2022. Tuache hiyo upuzi bwana. Secondly, Homa Bay Township MP Opondo Kaluma should be arrested with immediate effect over his reckless statement that he made a day before Linda Mwananchi being attacked seriously in Homa Bay County. We want those answers. Homa Bay Township constituency MP should be arrested alongside the governor of Homa Bay County, Gladys Wanga. Lazima washikwe. They cannot sponsor violence, then wanaachiwa. Yet some days ago, when Gaguchia close ally of Gachagua speak about politics or political remarks was arrested. Gagushia, a MP called Gagushia, who is a close friend of Gachagua, was arrested because of a political remarks that he made some days ago during the Olkalaubai election. But saizi, Opodo Kaluma mbona hajashikwa? The way he speaks so reckless during a day before Linda Mwananchi being attacked in Homa Bay County. So what happened there should be investigated. Whereby right now it was good for Homa Bay County Township, Homa Bay MP Township being arrested so that he can answer some of the question to why he sponsored the violence that happened in Homa Bay County. Lastly, how can we stop the ongoing goonism within the political space? Because right now, Kenya is being ranked as a country that is being led by goonism within the political space during this political season ahead of 2027 election. Yet we have security chiefs in Kenya led by the CS of Itira, Kipchumba Murkomen. Right now, Kenya is the first world of goonism. It's the first country in Africa to be led by goonism, which is true. After Haiti, Kenya is now number 2. From Haiti, Kenya sasa inachukua ushukani pole pole tu. Hata Haiti pia ilianza tu hivi. So if Murkomen and his team within the security sector are not serious, then very soon these goons will start fighting among themselves. And these goons are just some jobless youths in Kenya, which is true. So that is what I had for you on today's video. Let us meet in the next video that is going to be uploaded shortly within no time. Remember to subscribe, share the video, comment, and don't forget to turn on notification bell for more updates daily. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki nyinyi wapenzi watazamaji wa Vi0lence Media. Remember to subscribe, like my video, share, comment, and don't forget to turn on notification bell for more updates daily, because whenever you turn on notification bell, every time it will help you to get more update whenever we updated any new video on our YouTube channel. Tukutane kwa video itakayofuata wapenzi watazamaji wa Vi0lence Media. Bye bye.